Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of February 13th. Happy Valentine's Day if you're into Valentine's Day and you haven't spent all your money on comics. Unless you're coming to the comic book store and then spend all that money.
We like money.
We're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by shirts. We actually have them now. Like, if you go into the store, follow the link in the descriptions, you can buy this episode brought to you by shirts shirt.
Whoa, marketing.
I know, it's a marketing thing. It's just our catchphrase, and it'll be available for like 2 weeks. Buy one.
Wow, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What about my Kill the Pug shirt?
No, we're not doing Kill the Pugs. That's not happening. No. Absolutely. We got so much hate from that. We only had like 2 comments on the video, but like people were texting me and messaging me with so much hate.
I've seen way more hate. That ain't nothing. Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls and the comic book store. And I'm here to talk about trades, because everyone loves a good trade, do they not? We got Hitgirl in Rome. My copy's a little jacked up, man. But hey, Hitgirl in Rome. We got Titans Volume 5. Is that Tyler Kirkham art on the cover? No, it's Steven Sajak. Steven Sajak art on the cover. That's pretty good, too. We got Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, Volume 5. Wow, that was really quick that got up to 5. We got The Daughters of the Dragon, Deep Cuts. This is the first time in print, so it was probably a digital thing before. We got Infinity Wars, which you know I loved. Spider-Geddon, which I didn't read, but I mean, I think there's like this Red Hot movie or something that is kind of like that. You might want to read it. We've got Stardust. It's a Neil Gaiman book, so do I even have to sell that? You know? We got Volume 5 of Captain Marvel, the Earth's Mightiest Hero. We have a new printing under the Black Label imprint for New Frontier. Great book. I don't know that we need a new printing, but hey, great book. And finally, last but not least, this is probably the greatest thing ever, Mr. Miracle by Tom King. Just read it. You love it.
First up, we have Oblivion Song, issue number 12. This is just, it's been a great series. This is the end of this arc, or at least it feels like the end of this arc. It's by Robert Kirkman, Lorenzo De Felici, and Annalisa Leone. That's a mouthful. But this book is awesome. We're dealing with the aftermath of bringing Philadelphia back to Philadelphia away from the Oblivion and everything that happens after that. So there is going to be a lot of setup in this book about what's going on and a huge cliffhanger at the end. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. You should pick it up.
All right. It is important to note before I start that I liked all 3 of my books, which does not happen often. So I'm really having a hard time. Yeah, I'm having a hard time picking which one's my pick of the week. But just know that I liked them all. We're going to start with Vampirella, Valentine's Day Special. I know. Who knew? This story is about Vampirella going to New Orleans to investigate 13 dead children. It ends up being monster-related, as you might have guessed. The writing in this is really well done. I was very happy with the writing. And both in the main story and there's a small backup story, Leah Williams did the writing on the main story. And Michael Golden's awesome, did the backup story, which is originally from 2005. Both of them, super solid writing. And anytime you write a Cajun character that is essentially Gambit, and you write that thick Nolan style, God bless you, because I couldn't do it. The basic story is she goes to New Orleans and things get weird and she ends up fighting with this Cajun gentleman a bunch of different monsters. I don't want to give away too much more than that, and the backup story is pretty sweet too. So check it out. It's pretty good.
Next up is a twofer, because they both deal with Batman, so it's just like, I'm not going to fill up 2 slots with Batman. So we have The Batman Who Laughs, issue number 3, and that's by Scott Snyder, Jock, and David Barron. It's okay. It's moving. The only problem is when it's not your Batman, you really have to go through a lot to care, and I don't think they're doing that. It's an interesting enough story to keep watching, to keep reading. I'm now invested because it's issue number 3, so I'm halfway there. So The final panel gives you a reason to go to issue number 4, but we'll see how that goes. And then also we have The Flash, issue number 64, The Price, and this is by the usual Flash crew, which is Josh Williams, Rafa Sandoval, Jordi Targuna, and Tomei, I'm butchering that, Mori. We are dealing with episode 2 of The Price, and a lot of the fallout. We're seeing more of the disconnect between Batman and the Flash based on the events that happened at the Sanctuary. And yeah, we're actually getting a kind of something that may have happened that that could have caused it. So this is actually becoming a book that could be important if you are invested in Heroes in Crisis. But it was beautifully done. Great banter. I love the stuff between Flash and Batman, and the thought bubbles and the word processes of each of them thinking. It does feel like a very Tom King book to me, but it's not. But it's still good. You should pick it up.
All right, next up we got Savage Sword of Conan. I love Conan, and the regular series has been really good. This, no different. It's also really good. Basically, we are seeing Conan. He's not quite king, but he's not a new kind of barbarian yet. This is kind of bridging, I guess, the two arcs from the other book. Basically, Conan is lost at sea. He's about to die when he's picked up by a slave ship, and he is thrown in shackles. He ends up surviving, and then he, of course, breaks out and fights the crew. A lot of cool things happen in this book, things I wasn't really expecting. And the art is so good. The art is so good. Ron Garney, hey, you did a really good job with this art. Like, this is almost my pick of the week. I'm so torn because I have really good writing in the other one, but this art, man, good on you, man. This art is great. Jerry Dugan, you're always good. So, it's a real solid book. It's a complete book. If you enjoyed the other Conan book, there's no reason you wouldn't enjoy this one as well.
And my pick of the week, it is Goddess Mode, issue number 3. I have been raving about this book so much that I added it to my bin. It is by Zoe Quinn, Robbie Rodriguez, and Rico Renzi. And if you are familiar with Robbie Rodriguez and Rico Renzi, their work is very dynamic and very colorful, and it really does bring to life this story. And Zoe Quinn does an amazing job making you care about these characters. We are dealing with what could be the death of one of the characters already, and a new mystery that is popping up. There's a lot that I could say, but a lot of it is spoilers, unfortunately. This is a very spoiler-heavy issue if you have been picking up the first two, so I can't really go too much into the review of what happened, but it's very beautifully done. The writing is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see where this goes, because the last page is a huge cliffhanger for the next issue. Pick it up.
All right, and it's time for my pick of the week, and like I said, I loved all my books, so I'm just going to randomly pick one to be my pick of the week, I guess. It's actually Hitgirl. Hitgirl, Season 2, Number 1, I believe is what it's called. It's actually issue like 12 or something. It's a really good story. It's a really brutal story. It's by Kevin Smith, which he's from New Jersey. I didn't pick him just for that. I didn't pick him just for that, though. I enjoy Kevin Smith. But your basic story is a school shooting. It's very gruesome, and it's very timely, and it really makes you think to see the horrors of a school shooting shown from the inside in this way. Hitgirl ends up stopping the shooters involved in this, and discovers, the reason it's Hitgirl in Hollywood is the story arc, is she discovers that they're going to make a movie about Hitgirl, and she doesn't like that, so she's going to go to Hollywood to have a little one-on-one time with these Hollywood peoples. A fun book. Mostly reminds me of the G.I. Joe silent issue because there's not a lot of words in it. I don't know if there was any words in it. It's told through the motions, and that doesn't always work. Sometimes that's gimmicky. But just like G.I. Joe, Smith pulls it off. Pernil Orum, I am probably butchering that. Good work on the art. The violence was really violent, as it needs to be for Hitgirl, but it wasn't over the top. I like your style. I like that you have a more I don't want to say cartoony style, because I feel like it's insulting to say that, but it's not a super realistic style, and it's cool to see Hitgirl drawn that way. Alright, it's the end of the video where I say clever things. I just have a couple things I'd like to say. I don't know why I did this Nixon-y, I am not a crook. Anyways, thanks to everybody who watched my Comicsgate video, our new episode. That was a lot of fun to talk about. So there's that. And also, I know a lot of people didn't like the whole drowning battle pug thing that I did. I want you to know Karma has caught up with me, and I have to put my own dog down Friday. Isn't that sad?
Oh,
She's sad.
That is really sad.
Yeah,
oh
so...
my God. I really hope that like somebody didn't wish that on you and it happened.
I don't believe in that thing, so... No, my dog's been sick for a while. I gotta put her down,
I hope that's not what happened.
I don't think that's what happened. But everybody, please, if you're gonna leave a comment, just leave like a good dog comment or something like that. That would be nice. My dog can't read them, but I will tell her how many people say good dog in the comments below. She's a good dog. She's a stupid little boxer pit bull mix. She's so dumb. And yeah, that's Friday. So, that's it. I'm just gonna ramble now.